Have you ever wondered what happens to a person when they get a taste of real power? Not just the corner office, but the kind of power that bends the world to their will? It's a fascinating and, frankly, a terrifying topic. We often think of power as a tool for good, a way to make a positive impact. But history and psychology tell us a different story. Lord Acton's famous quote, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely," isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a profound warning about the human psyche. When someone gains significant power, a few things start to happen psychologically. First, there's a phenomenon known as hubris syndrome. It's an acquired personality change where leaders become overly confident, dismissive of criticism, and see themselves as almost infallible. Their empathy for others can start to diminish. Why? Because they no longer have to consider other people's perspectives or needs to get what they want. Their world becomes an echo chamber, filled with people who agree with them, either out of genuine admiration or, more often, fear. They stop listening and start dictating. Think about it. Neurological studies suggest that power can actually suppress the mirroring system in our brains, the very system that allows us to feel empathy and understand others' emotions. It's like a muscle that atrophies from disuse. The powerful literally start to lose the ability to see the world from another person's point of view. They begin to objectify people, seeing them not as individuals with their own lives and feelings, but as pawns on a chessboard, instruments to achieve their own goals. This leads us to the spiritual dangers, which are just as profound. In many spiritual traditions, the ego is seen as the source of our suffering. It's the part of us that craves recognition, validation, and control. And what feeds the ego more than absolute power? Nothing. Power becomes the ultimate validation. It tells the ego, you are important, you are right, you are godlike. This is incredibly seductive. The person becomes attached to their position, their influence, their image. Their identity becomes completely enmeshed with their power. This is a spiritual trap. The more inflated the ego gets, the more disconnected a person becomes from their authentic self, from their humanity, and from any sense of a higher purpose beyond self. They start believing their own hype. The virtues they might have once held dear, humility, compassion, service, are pushed aside by arrogance, ruthlessness, and a ravenous hunger for more power, more control, more adulation. It becomes a never-ending cycle, a black hole that can never be filled. The spiritual self, the part that connects us to others and to the universe in a meaningful way, starts to wither and die. The scary part is that this isn't just about tyrannical dictators or power-mad CEOs. We can see shades of this in our own lives. Have you ever been put in charge of a small project and felt that little thrill of authority? That little voice saying, "My way is the best way." That's the seed of it right there. The temptation to let our ego take the driver's seat is universal. It's why practices like mindfulness, humility, and maintaining genuine connections are so crucial, not just for leaders, but for all of us. So how do we guard against this? How does a person wield power without being consumed by it? It comes down to accountability, humility, and service. True leaders, the ones who inspire and uplift, are those who see their power not as a personal possession, but as a public trust. They surround themselves with people who will challenge them, who will tell them the truth, even when it's hard to hear. They practice self-reflection and actively work to keep their ego in check. They remember that their role is to serve others, not to be served. They stay connected to their own humanity, and in doing so, they protect their own soul. The journey of power is a tightrope walk over a deep abyss. Without a strong moral compass and a deep sense of humility, it's almost impossible not to fall. The allure of the ego is strong, but the cost of giving in is our very humanity. It's a lesson we see played out time and again, a reminder that the greatest power we can ever hope to have is not power over others, but power over ourselves. Thanks for watching, and if you found this thought-provoking, please like the video and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.